You're listening to Sit, Talk, and Listen podcast with your hosts, Payroll Rob and Xavi Bauer.
Yo, hello, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? We are here. Welcome, Sit, Talk, and Listen. This is Payroll Rob, and I'm here with Xavi Bauer. What up, Xavi?
Yeah.
Present, he says. So today is April 15th. It's tax day, but more importantly, it is my wife's birthday.
Oh.
Hey, all right,
hey,
clap it up. Shouts out to Jamie. She is 1 year older today.
Yay.
So yeah, we had faux grand on Sunday, and then went to nursery, got some new plants for the backyard.
Oh, I always get confused when I hear nursery. Like, you guys wouldn't look at babies.
little baby plants, yeah, plant nursery. It was fun. So we made some choices for things we're adding to the yard, and I don't know. She's gonna pick what she wants for dinner tonight when she gets home from work, and yeah, it should be a good birthday for her.
Where are you gonna go?
What do you mean?
What are you suspecting? Or you're gonna
honestly,
cook
it's
for me?
wide open. I told her it's 100% obviously her choice. It's her birthday. Adrian had gotten her a gift card for her birthday to Didi Mao, which is one of her favorite restaurants. You were just there for
Just
some
ate
lunch.
Didi Mao, right before here.
Yeah.
I have a belly full of pho.
So he got her a gift card to Didi Mao for her birthday, and so he was under the impression that she was going to use that gift card for her birthday dinner for everybody tonight. And he was sorely disappointed when she's like, I'm not going to use that for birthday dinner.
Yeah, what the hell?
So I thought that was funny. A little
That's
lesson.
like when I got Brant, like the newest Madden for his wedding.
Madden.
Like, a gift that we could both play together.
Congrats on the wedding, dude. Let's chill and play this game. I love it.
It's a great move.
Yeah, so I mean, he was just looking out for everybody and himself. So I don't know what
He
we're
spent
gonna
his
have.
own money or yours?
It wasn't mine. I didn't buy it. I think his grandma helps him get the
Oh.
gifts usually for birthdays.
Nice.
So yeah, her choice on dinner. I could end up cooking something, or we'll end up going somewhere. I made some nice steaks on Saturday for dinner.
Heaters.
Yeah, it was good. Steaks and Caesar salad and some green peppers. Grilled them up. Yeah, it was yummy. Yummy dinner. So enough about that.
Speaking of though,
But happy birthday.
In the same vein though, yes, happy birthday, Jay. Brennan's been on this like carnivore diet for like the last 14 days.
Yeah, how's he feeling?
Great. He's feeling great. His joints feel good. Down 19 pounds.
Nice. I was working with a guy yesterday in the last few days doing some music, and he's on that carnivore diet. So we went to Rosalita's yesterday, I was telling you, for lunch while we were working at the studio. He got the Diablo, steak Diablo.
Oh yeah. Well, that comes with mashed potatoes.
He did not touch the mashed potatoes.
Yeah. You could sub them out for squash and zucchini. That'd
I
probably
don't think
be
he
the
was
move.
interested. He just wanted that steak.
Pussy.
Yeah.
But no, but Brennan's been sending me some pictures, and he's been making these like steak and chicken shish kebabs, which I
Ooh.
think is just an elite move with
Dude,
the
kebabs
onions
are
and
good.
peppers.
Yes. Kebabs are good. They've grown on me in my years.
I know. I think I'm inspired. I think I'm going to do it later, maybe tomorrow night.
Dude, peppers, bell peppers, delicious.
Cooked, sauteed.
Yeah, delicious. Man, we're getting into the food early on this episode.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not even hungry, but like I love good, culinary talks.
That's true. That's why I'm excited to see what Jay picks for birthday dinner tonight. Who knows? It's a mystery.
Since you're asking, yes, I went to Didi Mao and I got the pho there, and I get the rare steak pho because it kind of cooks in the bowl of ingredients as steak.
Yes, that's Adrian's go-to. He always gets the rare steak pho.
I felt, I used to like never know how to use chopsticks, and now I find myself as like the white guy sitting there judging the other whites that grab forks. And
Bro, I still don't. I can't. I'm. You know me. It took me a long time in life before I ever really was willing to go into the Asian food realm.
Yeah.
And so I'm just tipping my toes in the water the last few years, and there's stuff I'll eat, but I still don't have the chopsticks down.
I'm pretty comfortable with them at this point, because over the last 2 years, lots of sushi has been consumed by this man right here.
Yeah.
And
you can't eat sushi with nothing except chopsticks. You can't just like finger pick it.
Well, if you want to, like,
Be a Hoosier.
yeah. I mean, say that for St. Charles, motherfuckers, dude.
That's what it is.
Here.
In St. Charles, they eat their sushi purely by finger.
They bless
finger
us
chops.
with a good culture and culinary experiences from their country.
They come here
They
to
don't
share.
have to do that. Yeah, we should adapt. I hate this.
I feel.
You know,
No,
everybody says speak our language when you're here, but you'll go out and eat Mexican food.
Yeah.
You'll go out and you'll indulge in some Chinese, some sushi. No, we should be appreciating that they're sharing these.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Food.
like sushi is so fucking good. This is just becoming a food episode right off the bat.
We're just jumping right into the food pit.
I mean,
we
God.
might not get out of that food pit. We're just gonna wade around in these waters.
I mean, everybody loves food.
Everybody loves food because here's the thing: you got to eat, no matter how much you don't want to, or you're like, oh, I better spend my time doing other things. Like, you got to eat.
Yes, and I know there's people that are like, I just eat for the nutrition. I'll eat chicken, lightly salted.
How boring! Like,
Yeah, that's like class A, like sociopath.
yeah, like we're animals. We live to eat and fuck. Like, that's what animals do, dude. Like, don't forget that it's in our nature.
Jesus.
Well, I'm just trying
doing
to
a food and fuck podcast.
food and fuck podcast. That might be the episode title.
My parents listen. So let's just sake on the food.
Whoa.
No, yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I feel comfortable saying anything around them.
Yeah. Well, so like I was saying before, April 15th, today is tax day for everybody. So get those taxes in. Xavier's giving me a look. I hope he filed for the extension. We're going to say he did.
In a year now.
So either get those taxes in or file the extension. I know I got mine done a few weeks ago. I got the little bits of monies back that
I'll
was
say
owed.
this. You know, we're truth in media, right?
Say this, Xavier. Put it out there. I'll watch this.
I filed my
Hold on. Let me, before anything is said and wax poetic, there was a story that I just heard of a guy talking about not doing his taxes very much on a podcast, and then he was audited by the IRS that year. So, go ahead.
Moving on. Was this
all
a
right.
popular podcast, though?
Was it a popular podcast? Lord, I don't know.
Well,
Hey, if it's out there, it's out there.
yeah, I don't know. Like,
Elon's got the search bots on it, man.
yeah, dude. I'll play this close to the chest. Then,
Yeah,
because-
we'll just say that you got the extension for this year's
I did.
taxes, and you're gonna,
and for the 8th year in a row, I will be filing.
yeah, for all the years that you should have filed, it will be this year also,
I filed every year.
as you should. And moving on from tax day, it is also National Laundry Day. I didn't know that we needed a day
That's my brother's day.
for laundry. Billy's he's slacking on the laundry, or is he always doing laundry?
Always doing laundry. 9-10 loads, maybe a day.
Jesus.
I know if I go to put clothes in the washer, 80% chance Billy has clothes in the laundry.
You know who wouldn't handle that? Jeff Minnigan would not be a fan of that. He would say, Sunday's my laundry day. Why is your shit in my fucking washer?
Yeah, I mean, if you could say a lot about my brother, you cannot call him dirty. He takes 8 showers a day and is doing laundry around the fucking clock. The guy is clean as a whistle.
Is it somebody had to tell this motherfucker he's stinky at some point, and he's like,
No,
way
I think
over.
I think it's just like comfortable because Billy's never been a stinky guy. He's always been
Right, but I mean, even if you're always clean, like all it takes is one time not even knowing your cat peed on your book bag, going to school, and somebody being like, "Damn, you smell like cat pee," and from then on, you were just overly
I don't know.
protective about
Well, my
your
brother
stuff
used to always be like a 3 shower a day guy, but also he was like 14,
just
so I was
crazy.
chalking that up to experimenting and no,
That's not good for your skin, dude. 3 showers a day.
I'm not a dermatologist. I'm just telling you.
Well, I'm just telling you.
National Laundry
Billy.
Day should be my brother's day. He's Mr.
We already
Tide.
celebrated Billy Day. That was weeks
Dude,
ago.
Billy, but when I think of laundry, I think of my brother.
Yeah.
He
fair.
also because all these showers is he goes through so many towels, so he's like
Jesus.
just constantly just
It's an endless cycle, it sounds like.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
Always washing, never clean. That's how it feels, man. What about you? Have you ever had to do laundry at a laundromat?
Yeah. Yes. With I think this is I want to say Maddie and I did a couple times.
We
Maddie
had,
to use
you and I
one.
lived at a place in Indiana where we had the communal laundry room,
Maybe
right?
that's what I'm thinking of too. So yeah, then I did.
Well,
You
I
may tell
think of a
people.
communal laundry room a little different than like a laundry
We
mat.
used quarters.
Yes, you did, but you didn't have to bag up your shit, put it in your car, drive to a whole separate place, get it out of your car, start the laundry, figure out what to do while that shit's washing, and then go back, put it in a dryer, hang out with your clothes for the day. Like, you never had to do that.
I think it's kind of relaxed. I sometimes think about going to a laundromat just to go.
You think that's the place to chill?
Like, no one's ever in there.
Xavi said, I've seen some crowded looking laundromats.
There's never anybody in the laundromat right next to 7-Eleven.
Okay, yeah.
So sometimes I think about just like when Billy has like laundry in, like just going down to that laundromat and just chilling there, watching.
Just driving by it longingly saying, I think I could get some zen at that laundromat.
If I had a laptop, yeah, dude, you're away from everything.
Go find a book, man. Just go and read a book. Really get in a zen mode.
Laundromat, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you would do, but I don't know if I'd call it peaceful.
I think it's peaceful.
I don't know. I would disagree. I don't think it's peaceful.
But if we're asking, yes, I approve of National Laundry Day.
So National Laundry Day. Shout out to everybody getting their laundry done.
Do your laundry, dude. Nobody wants a stinky fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody likes a stinky fuck. And, nobody
likes... If you
likes...
meet a real cool person, but they smell, does it...
Yes, it changes my thoughts of how cool they are.
Well, if you meet a real piece of shit, but they smell great...
Then I still think they're a piece of shit.
Okay. Well, I mean...
Smell doesn't... I mean, it doesn't make me think more of a person if they smell good.
It can help with the charm.
It could, but it makes me think a little bit less of a person if they stink. Like, I don't immediately discredit somebody for being stinky because, like, life situations, circumstances, whatever you're going through, I don't know. Maybe that's like whatever, you're going through some shit. You're unhoused, whatever. Yeah, you got your hand up.
Yes, because I was okay. Truth, I guess. I just do that to signify I have something to add before we move on.
Period.
Yes. Period. Bitch. Okay, so say this: you have a friend.
I have a friend.
You like them. You like their company.
We're friends. We hang out.
But you notice maybe they started slacking in the hygienic department and they smell.
How long have we been friends?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I am not, like, I'm very good at being an asshole to people who I do not care about, right? If I don't like you or if I don't know you and you're across me, I have no problem being the worst human you've encountered. But if I like you and I know you, that is where I struggle being like hurting your feelings and saying, hey, man or woman, people are starting to think you smell.
Check yourself before.
How do you go about that?
You have to. I think you do have to say something, but I think obviously you got to just do it in a way that shows it's from a place that's like, best intentions. You're not trying to like be disparaging or anything, so not in front of a group of other people.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like you can't just be like, hey, Johnny said you stink. Like, you can't just be yelling it out or in a room or whatever. But I think that it's like you really owe it to that person to know because it's so easy to become nose blind to smells from your own body, especially. You're around it, your nose, you can go it. And I've gotten more used to it because, like, Jamie's really good about letting me know if my socks are a little ripe or anything like that. Yeah. And I used to be more sensitive, like, when we were first dating and stuff. But, like, the more and more if it comes up or whatever, I'm like, oh, shit. I'd rather you tell me than, like, you just fucking let it slide and I just got stinky feet all the time.
I think I was always good, like, desensitized early because, like, after football or something, my mom would be like, you fucking stink. Like, you need to get
Yeah, and I think there's something to that, too. Women definitely have a more powerful nose or maybe even just more sensitive nose to certain...
Oh, yeah, my mom, she sniffs truffles in her spare time, dude. She's got a good smellers.
Only the high rollers hit her up when they're trying to get those big props, man.
She can smell, man.
No, Jamie same way too, big time. Yeah, she's got the nose. Yeah, but that's good. I mean, that means that the house we know is pretty well, odor
never a
neutral.
Smell in here. Never a smell in here.
Yeah, you
guys house up a pig.
We house a pig and we try to have a neutral odor house.
It is. You done a good job at it.
Well, thanks. Lord knows we're always busy doing something. Yeah, it's busy ass week for me. We're still on national days.
Yeah, we'll get to your week, but
that's all right.
But that's what I like to national days. It brings up fodder.
Little conversation starters. I'm just there's a bunch of national days that aren't awesome, but here you go. There's Jackie Robinson Day. We should have known that.
That has to be the closing out one, but I guess it's not because I don't think it's the only other one.
It's also McDonald's Day. Not on levels with Jackie Robinson Day.
Jackie Robinson, one of the greatest human beings of modern history.
Yeah, and I enjoyed when I'm not sure. I hope they still do it, but if the MLB teams all wear 15, 42. I'm sorry,
it's April 15th.
It's April 15th. I was just seeing numbers in my face.
Yeah.
Anyway, I enjoyed when teams would just all wear 42 on the backs of their jerseys and stuff. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing for all the teams to do.
Yeah, I was just talking to my dad about Jackie Robinson. We went to the Cardinals game, and if you haven't seen the movie 42 with Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, another late great, he absolutely embodies the role, and it shows like Jackie did they not any other person would have been able to do. Not only was he a great player, which made it good to be the first African American to play in the MLB, but
just the
military background, the mental toughness and fortitude. Like, you have to think, not only were the opposing team, some refusing to play the Dodgers at the time because of Jackie, his own teammates, there's teammates on his own team not wanting to play with Jackie or even sit next to him in the locker room. And as a team sport guy, as you are, and you've played team sports your whole life,
right?
You know that could just be so awkward if you don't get along with your team.
Yeah.
And for him to go out in the majors and put up the numbers he did while facing the battles he was facing, I mean, truly
just absolutely incredible. Like a really incredible story. Like when you know the ins and outs of Jackie Robinson's story. And it's like you want people to keep remembering those stories and how impactful his presence on that team was and what kind of doors it opened for people moving forward. So
yeah, there's some things and there's some days or people we kind of the legend might overtake the actual human being.
Right.
I don't think this is not one of them. I almost, even though it's pretty well regarded and people who don't really understand baseball or Jackie kind of know about him, but like it is almost underrated in the sense of the impact he made. And, we talked about this, I think, before on the podcast months ago, that they've included all the Negro League stats into the MLB.
We did. That was pretty sweet. And I mean, it makes sense. Like those players are players that were just as capable, if not more capable, than the players that were playing in the major leagues. So why shouldn't their stats be just as important and held as in high of regard as the ones from MLB?
Dude, yeah, Jackie Robinson is the shit. Probably my favorite national day that we've mentioned to this point.
Nice.
But moving on.
Shouts out to Jackie Robinson today. But like I said, McDonald's Day today. So, celebrate it, don't celebrate it. It made the Mount Rushmore of fast food chains last week.
Number one pick.
And then National Anime Day. So all the fans of anime stuff, Brendan Butler, shouts out. I know you like your anime.
Jordan Roberts, shouts out. Listener of the podcast.
Yeah, all of our listeners. Adrian's a big anime fan.
What's your favorite anime?
Mine? Yikes. Painted me in the corner. Well, I've really only ever watched probably like some Pokemon and some Dragon Ball stuff because Aid was big into Dragon Ball for a long period of time. So I guess one of those. I don't know.
I was going to go Dragon Ball.
It's not my jam.
What's the poster he has up here?
He's got the Demon Slayer on the wall. I got him that for Christmas one year, I want to say. The Demon Slayer poster.
Demon Slayer. We are a Demon Slayer podcast now because we record in a basement with the Demon Slayer poster.
So we are now a Demon Slayer podcast, and they will be sponsoring us moving forward.
Shout out to Demon Slayer.
Shout out. Thanks for the sponsorship.
What's your favorite Demon Slayer episode? No, I'm kidding. Let's move on.
Oh, the last one.
Always the next one.
It's the one that's coming up, really. I saw the previews, It's going to be good. So National ASL Day, American Sign Language Day.
I understand.
I didn't sign it to you. How could you understand?
Maddie knows ASL.
Yeah, so. It's a good skill to at least know the basics of, being able to do
You used to be able to spell my
hello,
name.
goodbye, thank you, or like, basic things kind of how you do in other languages too. I think if you know those in ASL, it's a good skill to
I
have.
would like to get back to learning some ASL.
Yeah, who's got the time these days? That's what I say.
No, it's cool. It's a cool skill.
It's cool.
I like watching the some of the ASL translators at concerts. Dude, they be getting it. You ever seen them videos?
Oh yeah, I do love them at concerts and that's the only way you could probably do it justice if you're doing a concert is like you gotta be emoting the feelings of the music like while you're also giving the signs for the lyrics. Yeah, 100%. Those are cool. They earn their money, dude. They earn their money.
Yes, dude. I love it. Shout out to them.
For sure. All right, I got a few more.
All right.
We'll do 3 in kind of succession here. They kind of all
None that I disapprove
run
of,
together, and it's like, why is there a day for them? Take a wild guess day. Listen to your instinct and join us to celebrate Take a Wild Guess Day. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, why would you, if you're listening to your instinct, then it's not really a wild guess.
Brother, I don't know. Do we want to expand on that? Do you want me to read into it, or should we just gaze past?
Take a wild guess. What's your response to somebody when they said, "You like that?" If somebody says that to you, or are you pissed off?
If they said take a wild guess,
If you're like, hey,
if you're like, what's you see him upset or whatever, and take a wild guess.
who were you with last night? Why don't you take a wild guess?
So, okay, Pope Francis, your turn. You guess.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's pretty. You can have some fun with that. Take a wild guess. Don't just take a fucking guess. I want you to get a little crazy with it.
Yeah. I don't know. There's no real good history.
Oh, Francis.
But they told me to take a wild guess, so
That'll
here
be
I
my
am.
next wild guess when somebody says.
Take a wild guess. But it's like I'll take a wild guess, and then back to you. We're doing a back and forth guessing. Now you tell me.
Yes. Take a wild guess at who was at Rosalita's last night.
John Paul Jones. I don't know.
John Paul Jones.
Isn't he a fighter? I don't know. Sounds like maybe it's just a made up name. Pope
John Jones, but he goes by John Bones Jones.
John's Bones Jones.
Yeah.
National That Sucks Day is also today.
That sucks.
So that sucks.
That sucks. These are great days, dude.
April 15th coming in. You think that it's a coincidence that National That Sucks Day is also on tax day? I think it is not a coincidence.
I'm going to take a wild guess.
Yeah! Woo! Bringing the heat. And this one, I'll dedicate this day. I kind of feel bad doing it, but I don't also, because you'll agree with me. I'll dedicate this day to one of our loyal listeners. That's Bill Winterbauer. Today, April 15th, is National Gripers Day.
Oh, yeah. He gave up griping, bitching for Lent. Same thing,
Same
right?
thing. So there you go. He understands that about himself and is trying to make that change.
He's
or at least
failing, I think, but he says he's not.
in the way of the Lord.
But he did share with me that people at work have said to him a few times, sounds like bitching, and he says, no, it's sarcasm.
He's tiptoeing the line, dude.
Is bitching and sarcasm, can they be the same thing?
Kind of, because the sarcasm usually is like,
oh, well, this is great. I'm glad this was done correctly.
Right, like the sarcasm is triggered because you're annoyed by something, and the annoyance leads to griping and bitching. Because trust me, I do plenty of it. I'm the most sarcastic person there is because things annoy me.
Yeah.
But I try to make it humorous, like legitimately humorous and less bitchy.
My dad's got 5 days left of not being able to bitch.
His favorite thing to do on Easter Sunday, baby, let it open.
Yeah.
I've been fucking so sick of all this shit. Well, I think he deserves a pass today, though, because it is National Gripers Day. So, Bill, have a pass. Let it all out for a day.
It's your day.
Does he take, what do you get, respite on Sundays from your Lenten?
Yeah, well, I've kind of
coaxed it out of him?
I've told him, like, years ago, because he used to give up ice cream for Lent, like every Lent.
Yeah.
And then he would eat it on Sundays. And I was like, I get it. The priest says it's a free. I was like, but my thing is like, what if Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, but every Sunday he was at a fucking like
buffet Golden Corral.
Yeah, like he was at a luxury resort.
He's like, look, 6 days a week, I ain't eating shit. But today, the priest said I can gorge.
We would be viewing that differently.
Yeah.
So
So if you're doing something
I think you just got to
in
give it up.
solidarity. Yeah,
I get it that yes, the 40 days is the thing. So if you count Lent, the Sundays don't count as part of the 40 days. But I think that doing something consecutively is more of the task than the 40 days.
Yeah, because it's
What's the difference between 40 and 46 days?
It's supposed to be about sacrificing. I think is the main kind of drive behind those Lenten traditions. And so if you're only sacrificing for 6 days in a row, and then you get that sweet endorphin release, every seventh day, you're not going 40 days like Jesus did.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not walking in the desert like Jesus did.
No.
So come on, man.
It used to be the Catholics would not eat meat throughout of all Lent, and then our soft ass, we have
said, let's just say not Fridays.
Yeah.
I think the Catholics just got into bed with big meat, man.
They got soft.
And they probably got ownership stake in Tyson. They said, we can't have people not eating chicken and beef all of Lent. No, we just
My challenge for next year is that I'm going to start right now, and we'll keep this up through the year. My challenge to the Catholics, next Lent, no meat. All Lent. Not even Sundays.
What about fish? Is fish meat?
No, you can eat fish.
Okay. So what do we... That's always
been pescatarian.
That's been a funny...
Right? That's how you say it?
Yeah, that's what vegetarians that don't eat meat.
I always get that confused with Presbyterian, which is a religion.
Another form of Christianity.
Yeah, pescatarian.
Yeah. It's always interesting to me that's where they draw the line.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whoa. If it walks on land and it's got feet, meat. If it swims, not meat. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Right.
They just want to fry up some fish and get together and have beers.
Well, I think Jesus and them, they ate a lot more.
Jesus and them ate a lot more
fish than land animals.
Yeah, fish was a lot easier to get. You didn't have to take care of fish. Fish take care of themselves.
They're surrounded by sea.
Yeah, and that too. But any land animal you have to take care of until you end up slaughtering it yourself, right? At those times. Even today, you got to pay for all that.
I was just watching something, basically how we kind of romanticize all these past timelines, right? Like medieval times and all this stuff. But
sure, the Renaissance fair.
All these things. And
it's going down to the Renaissance fair.
It's basically just a YouTube video.
Shitting on all that?
Yes, and this is random, but the average lifespan for a male in medieval times was 25 to 30 years old. These peasants, they were starving to death. But even...
Yeah. And it's just, like you said, that's the average age because there was such large numbers of the population that died so young, it skewed the average way young.
But some people thought it was because of the rotten meat they were eating. That was also disproved because the peasants, they couldn't afford meat. They were usually eating bread or shit like that. Mm-hmm. The rich people who ate meat had the salts and stuff to preserve
the meats, right?
But some of these rich people in medieval times,
elitists,
they were dying slowly because they were so bougie. They were using these chalices and stuff that contain mercury and lead,
all sorts of heavy metals.
And over time, that would get into their system. I just saw a little interesting fact.
Yeah.
The rich were killing themselves because they were flaunting their wealth with these heavy metaled chalices.
I mean, you see it as a story that's played itself out over and over again throughout history, and I think it's hilarious anytime it happens when a rich person ends up dying from something they did out of vanity or because they're so rich. Look at the sub situation, right? The deep sea sub that imploded on itself. That's,
oh yeah.
So there's all sorts of examples of that kind of thing playing out throughout history, and it's always a little bit satisfying. You're like, see, that you don't always have to indulge in the newest of new things that are unshown technology or dangerous metals. Just because you're rich and you're like, oh, I need to show how rich I am. I'm gonna get the most whatever obscure things. If it hurts you, I'm kind of giggling a little bit.
Speaking of, did you see that Katy Perry and some people
they went to the outer space? Yeah, space tourism, dude. It's the next frontier.
It's so fucking stupid.
let's go on up. We can float around for a while, and then they're going to bring us back down.
And did you see that Katy Perry decided to sing a solo while she was up there?
No, I didn't see that.
What a Wonderful World, I believe she did a rendition of.
I see stars of blue.
I mean, just
Did she sing?
imagine.
I wanted her to sing it like Ray.
She probably sang
Ray
her own.
Ray though.
But
I'm
I
sure
would be
she did.
so fucking annoyed if I'm in space and it's like, dude, I don't care if it is Katy Perry. Stop singing.
I'm forced to be in this little vessel with you, and you're taking this opportunity to sing a little ditty for all your little fanarinos on social media. Get fucked.
And did you see when they landed, Jeff Bezos running back? Did you see this?
No, I didn't see this.
Jeff Bezos like runs over and he's like knocking on the window, and then he just fucking completely eats shit.
See, that's the kind of stuff I need to see more of in my life, man.
It's great.
The rich getting theirs.
Dude, just losers.
Just being normal. Just, something happened to them that's like a normal person thing. Like, that's why those things are so fucking funny.
Yeah,
like, look at you, Bezos. You are a human after all. You fucking ate shit. Suck it.
Yeah, he tries to get up so quickly.
Oh, God.
Well, he does, but it's so funny. Like, I think if you fall, the way to play it is to kind of, like, before you get up, laugh. Take a minute to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah. Like, if you get up quickly, it adds to the embarrassment.
Yeah, people are like, damn, you tried to play that off like it didn't just happen.
Yeah.
No, you have to own it for that half a second
100%.
and then move past it. Accept it and move past
But
it.
Jeff, like you said, it's like one of those moments, like, look at Jeff Bezos. He's a mere mortal like the rest of us.
Yeah. Now, I will backtrack a little bit. If I was on, let's just say I was on the spaceship and then David Bowie was with us. If he started busting out in Space Oddity,
Way cooler.
I'd have to let that fly.
Way cooler.
Way cooler than Katy
I feel
Perry
like this
singing
is more of a look at me move, right?
Right, because she's singing a song that's not even her song. Like, at least if David Bowie's singing Space Oddity, he wrote that song. So it's a better appreciation.
And evidently, like, they didn't ask.
And he'd say, "For here am I floating in a tin can."
Really, and that's kind of what they.
Yeah, he wrote the song.
Far above the world.
Here we go. Let's get it. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. See? Wouldn't you just want to be floating around with Bowie serenading you?
Well, evidently they were asking Katy Perry like to sing like Fireworks or one of her songs, and she's like, "This isn't about me. I'm going to sing."
What a wonderful world. It's the only thing that makes
out
most
of
sense
touch,
here.
rich people shit.
It's just like such a, like, I don't know. In an effort to seem like it's not surface level, it becomes so surface level, right? Like, where her being like, it's not about me. Then it becomes her being like, oh my God, look at how good Katy Perry is.
Yeah.
No. You be humble, and they invited you there because you had songs that were hit songs. And if somebody says, hey, you're with us, you're a musician, allegedly, do your song.
Oh.
Well, hey, I don't know what she contributes. Max Martin made her success, bro.
She can sing her ass off.
She can sing her ass off, and she's got some nice titties. But, like, you know what I mean? Just sing one of your songs, Katie. Like, you acting like all humble doesn't make it less humble, if that makes sense. That's really what I'm trying to convey there. So, somehow, National Gripers Day led us to that.
Yeah, we're still in the National Day segment.
That sucks, man. So let's wrap it up on, there's two on. It's National Keaton Day. I think
Michael Keaton?
it's just Keaton. And Keaton would be last name for Michael Keaton. How many Keaton first names do you know?
None.
I guess there's some out there. So shout out to the Keatons. And then we'll end on National Titanic Remembrance Day. So remember the Titanic.
Speaking of rich people.
Yeah, I was not to downplay the real tragedy of the Titanic, but I was hearing about.
What year, Bob, without looking?
Oh, 1902?
Nope.
You say no? Do you say no? You knowed me? Do you know without looking?
1912.
Oh, really? Nice. Do you know that? Or are you just throwing a guess out there? Is
No.
Producer Tony going to look this up?
I am 99.99% sure it's 1912.
If I just keep saying it's not in 1901, we just have another Mount Rushmore fiasco.
I could look like the asshole right here live on air.
Yeah, it's funny. You click on this National Day and it doesn't even tell you what year the Titanic sank. It just says when it had to have been 1912 because 1914 it says improvements to sea safety. Like, yeah, it has to be that. Producer Tony's slowly trying to figure
There's
out.
one where the rich people got lifeboats and.
See, there's another instance. Well, yeah, the workers all died because they shoved them in the bottom. But rich people trying things that were unproven.
Do you think that the movie accurately depicted? Like, do you think the orchestra did play
down with the ship?
Yes.
I don't know. It probably wouldn't be as like obvious as the thing, but I feel like there had to have been a story about that kind of thing happening, and then they played off of that story. Like a survivor probably was like, we were getting on the lifeboats and the band was still playing. You know, they just mention it like that, and then it gets translated throughout time.
How do you
the
keep
band
your
went down with the ship,
man?
Well, it could have been like right away as people realized what was happening and they started heading towards lifeboats, and not everybody in the room knew, and the band was probably like, well, we're just playing. We don't even know. Our job is to play. We're not watching the crowds. So they're like playing, and the first people that left were like, can you believe the band is still playing? We're getting out of here.
Is it one of the biggest irony moments in history that the Titanic's nickname was the unsinkable ship?
It was almost like, they've plotted their own destiny, right? Like, you make such a declaration of being like the unsinkable ship.
Like, if a team deems themselves the unbeatable team, they're not winning the championship.
Yeah, 100%. It just puts bad juju out in the air.
And JoJo.
And JoJo.
JoJo and Juju's out in the air bad.
All bad. All the Jews.
And all the Jews.
Not all Jews are bad, Xavier.
No,
you can't say that.
You said bad juju.
Oh, Kanye.
Whoa.
Miss Kanye.
I miss the old Kanye.
I miss the old Kanye. All right.
We need to... Okay, I do have an idea, though. Maybe going forward, we don't have to do it right now, but maybe we should start doing a segment of reading Kanye's tweets.
Nah, that's slippery slopes, brother.
Fucking... Come on, that's funny.
It's what he wants. He wants people to engage with his tweets and keep talking about him. I think that's all he's really looking for. So we're just obliging in his antics if we do that. So I don't know. We'll put it in the review process for future segments, and we'll see what comes out the other end.
Yeah, you let us know if you guys want us to start a Kanye's tweets of the week segment.
How many tweets we should read?
You do.
He said, "I'm here to tell you, you do." But it's like if we open up that box, we're just going to read Antonio Brown tweets as well.
Well, AB is also just an elite Twitter.
Yeah, it's a funny time.
We can do both. The best of AB, and like we could start. I'll put this burden on me.
And as we read them, we will never acknowledge it as X. It will only be Twitter.
Well, the app formerly known as Twitter.
Yes, the app created as Twitter.
But I think that maybe I'll go through every week and start doing like a best of AB and Kanye's.
Okay, yeah, I'll. If you bring us to the,
or we could do a Who Said It.
That'd be fun. I could get down with that.
Who said it? Antonio Brown or Kanye West?
Yeah, you'll have to take the reins on producing that segment.
That'll be a good segment.
I'll make the guess on who said it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Okay, I'll put that on. Yeah,
put it on the dossier.
There we go.
See, we're doing things here. We're doing things unlike how recent events are with the St. Louis Blues. 3 losses in a row after a 12-game win streak to put them in a playoff position. We got 1 regular season game left. That is tonight. Win in regulation, and we are in. 88% chance, I think, is what I last heard by Money Puck. So 88% chance that the Blues make it into the playoffs.
Where was that killer in the shootout? All we needed was 1 fucking save, and we're good. We're looking good.
Looking good.
We're up 2-1.
Yeah.
And Jordan just lets it in, and then Braden goes off the fucking post. Oh my God, what is happening? This guy is falling. Dylan Holloway, we need you back.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's the first line or bust, I feel like, right now. Right?
I mean, I understand. I agree with what you're saying. Holloway back, first line bust. That's all true.
Not first line is a bust. It's first line.
It's first line or bust, right? I heard you.
Yeah.
Maybe the people didn't, but I heard you.
I was just clarifying for the people, not
for the
you.
people.
Yeah.
Silver linings. Parayko back, looking good. Scores, flying around the ice. So, not all doom and gloom in the Blues world.
Money pucks playoff percentage for us does not equal my nervousness and angst percentage.
Yeah. I'm just along for the ride. And I haven't been I was so busy this last week, I didn't get to really sit down and get locked into the games like I had some of the times previous. Some of the
you came over earlier this week. We watched Edmonton game. Connor McDavid, of course, comes back. Which
I didn't play bad that game.
No, I mean Connor McDavid beat us basically by himself.
Yeah. 3 assists, I think.
But, to all the... of course we had to play Edmonton when Connor McDavid came back. Look, if we were going to win the Stanley Cup, we're going to have to play teams at their best.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah, no excuses.
No excuses. So, we'll see. I'm saying Blues are for sure making it into the playoffs. We're going to win up tonight. We're going to seal up that baby. And I guess we'll see Winnipeg. We'll see you in Winnipeg, right? Is that what would happen? I'm looking to you for confirmation.
I mean, I think it's still up in the air because Minnesota's got to win or lose. We're only 1 point behind them.
Okay. Well, not confirmation on who we'd be seeing in the first round of the playoffs, but give me Winnipeg if I'm choosing. I don't want to see Vegas first round. I'd rather see Winnipeg first round.
Yeah, because then if you beat Vegas, then you go to Los Angeles, who is a wagon at home, and we would not have home ice versus them.
The Kangs?
Yeah, the Kings. Mm-hmm. We've beat them 2 times in Los Angeles, which is only...
This year.
2 of 5 losses they have at home.
Yeah.
I don't like those odds. Like that we continue that.
Right, because the more you win in a place, the less likely it's to continue to happen that way.
Yeah. Eek. All right. That's hockey talk. We'll be back next week either as very sad boys or ramped up for the playoffs.
Yeah. So hold out your breath for that one.
This Cardinals is episode 36, by the way. We never mentioned.
37.
37?
37, yeah. Last week was 36.
Whoa.
Yeah, give me some 37s. I don't even have any.
Let me think of some 37s right off the...
While you're thinking of 37s, I'll...
Meta World Peace, 37.
Boom. There you go. I got none, so I defer all 37s to you.
Elite 37 out there that I'm missing. But Meta World Peace.
Our listeners, let us know you got some Elite 37s out there.
Yeah, we completely skipped over that.
Who even would wear 37 on a football team?
Running back,
or like a DB. But when's the last time you seen somebody wear
something? Not a very popular number.
Yeah, like those upper 30s and low 40s. You don't see a lot of. I feel like.
Well, we have 39, football. 39 coming.
Well, 39's key. He said, "We'll get there. We'll get there. Be patient.
We'll do a whole 30-minute segment on him.
We'll have a tribute."
Yes.
We'll light candles.
2 episodes away from...
Smoke incense or whatever. You don't smoke incense. You light incense.
You can smoke anything.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
All right, so...
What else? What else in the quick little... While we're just going through S.T.L, little quick sports recap. We already talked Blues. Cardinals put a few wins together.
Yeah, Sunday, great day. So my mom, she works for Mercy. And they're one of the main sponsors of the Cardinals, so we got a luxury suite.
Oh yes!
I went with somebody at her work was gracious enough because everybody got 2 tickets. Somebody at her work was able to give her
2 tickets to luxury.
So I got to go with my mom and dad Sunday to the game.
Oh, Xavi and parents!
Great day.
Yeah,
we got these little Fredbird.
Is the giveaway at the door?
Giveaways at the door. We got there right when the gates opened.
Well, yeah, you got these boxes, bro. Take advantage. Come on.
100%.
Where do we come from? We know better.
I mean, these were great. We were right behind home plate.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, we Libertor versus Wheeler that day. We won 7-0.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the score that day.
Hit a fucking 112-mile-per-hour homer.
The offense doesn't seem like it's going to be much of a problem this year. It feels like pitching is really where the
starting
biggest
pitching
problem.
is starting to really lock in.
Well, all right. Get the people excited for Cardinals baseball.
Sonny Gray, Libertor have allowed 0 runs the last 2 games over 14 innings.
So let's go. The Cardinals are locking it in. They're getting hot.
The Cardinals are coming. Tra-la, tra-la.
Let's go. So what else? We got Battlehawks getting their first loss this weekend.
Did they?
That's it. We'll move on past that. 2-1 Battlehawks now. We'll keep. But before we just slide past it, the UFL did announce they're bringing the championship game to St. Louis again this year. Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, that's just a no-brainer for them, right?
Yeah. So can we? I think that officially makes it. We can say the UFL is built on the shoulders of St. Louis, right?
But how long can they? Probably.
Whoa. We're bringing the energy for the rest of the league to take recognize, and these other cities are going to start pulling their fucking weight.
I'm sorry to anybody who listens. I, once upon a time, was trying to be a Battlehawk supporter. I have found myself not giving a single fuck.
Name the starting quarterback.
No.
Manny Watkins,
Sammy Watkins, DeAndre Hopkins, Lakers in 5.
Who gives a flying
Lakers
shit?
in 5, dude.
Damn, dude. Well, all right. Let's go.
NBA playoffs around the corner.
Battlehawks. Roaring on.
Yeah.
UFL championship coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now. Battlehawks might be there.
I know I'm pessimistic about this, but it's like, I just see this.
Well, with that kind of attitude, yeah.
I'll give it one more season.
Maybe so. But
I stopped caring when I saw the numbers the other cities were playing. I'm like, I'm not going to put my heart into this team. And then
I don't put my heart into them.
I'm not saying
I want it to be a success, and I want people to support it. And so I am a supporter of the people who support it. And so I'm gonna talk about it and not just act like it's not happening.
No, I know. I just you could see the writing on the wall, right?
I don't know, brother. I don't know what kind of funding these guys got. UFL. I don't know how much money they stacked for how many years. What their advertising dollars are looking like.
They'd be better off just having the UFL be like 8 teams in St. Louis.
We just start getting factioning neighborhoods. Now we're kind of talking about something. But what kind of money could they get for that? But that'd be interesting.
Same. They probably more, because it'd be more like all these home games would be played in St. Louis at Edward Jones or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, we just break up the metro area into different teams. That could be fun.
But the same players, and it's still all the same money and shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like there'd be more funding for it, because the merchandise and everything would be
super regional though. If it's just St. Louis and not trying to have any other markets.
Well, do you think anybody I can't even tell you another city in the fucking league. San Antonio, Houston, Roughnecks,
Houston, the
DC.
DC Defenders.
Okay,
that's who we just took the L to.
New York.
Yeah, maybe. There's you already said San Antonio, didn't you? I feel like there's another San Diego.
We've spent enough time on the UFL.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I don't know. Soccer team played this weekend. Sorry, I don't have a score for that one, unfortunately. Yeah. I want the soccer team to do good too. We're going to Chicago. Me and the fam.
Stand up.
Yeah, it's Chi-Town, Shay. Me, James, and Adrian. We're taking a trip up via Amtrak. We're gonna ride the train.
That's cool. Yeah.
So we're gonna just make a weekend of it. And that was really the premise of going to Chicago, was to make a weekend of it, less than it was about going to see the soccer team.
You gonna see the doggies?
We're going to see the Dogs in Chicago. And you know where they play in Chicago? They play at Soldier Field. So we're going to get to see the historic Soldier Field in Chicago.
While it's still there.
Yep. So that'll be cool. Looking forward to that. Anything else in the wide world of sports that we should wrap up or touch on while we're kind of here? Xavi, you want to bring to the table?
Yeah, NBA playoffs are about to start right now. Lots of stuff to look forward to there. Lakers are the 3 seed. That is my team. That is the only team I care about in this playoffs.
Lake Show.
The Timberwolves, they are the 6 seed. But really the 4 through 7 seed were with the 3 through the 7 seed were all within 1 game of each other. That's how crazy
tight bunches.
Yeah, so it was a lot of tiebreakers and this and that, but Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. The first series?
Every series.
All the series. All of them are 5. Okay, fair enough. I will check in with you on that next week, I guess.
Luka Magic. Did we talk on Luka? Yeah, last week.
Yeah, his return to Dallas.
dicking Dallas.
Yep. And him scoring all 40-something points, right? And then
Fucking love
the fans getting after ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we touched on that last time. If not, people can look it up.
It's Luka's fucking world, and we're all just living in it.
I guess so. I'm informed. Now I know I'm in Luca's world.
You had a little weekend out of town.
I did. So it's been a busy weekend, but busy is good. Busy means work. So Friday I played with the country band that I mentioned that I've been playing with now. We went to Chicks and Dicks. It's Chicks and Dicks Honky Tonk at Lake of the Ozarks. So down at Lake of the Ozarks, about 3 hours or so out of town. And they had some accommodations for some of the band. We had 2 rooms, and there was 4 of us staying overnight and driving back into town the next morning. And so it's me, the guitar player, lead singer, and the bass player, and the banjo player. The 4 of us are the guys that are staying over in Lake of the Ozarks after playing the honky tonk. So we play the gig. Gig goes well. I mean, the folks were line dancing the whole night. We played Boot Scoot and Boogie twice because it was requested twice.
Man,
but they were getting it. The dancers were having a good old time. Gig wraps up about 11 o'clock. We pack up all the gear. And after we get everything packed up, the guys that are hanging out overnight, they're ready to hang out.
Ramp
it up. So we go. They take us down to like the main strip on Lake of the Ozarks or whatever, and it's like bar hopping all over again. And fellas in their 20s, we probably went to about 3 different bars down there on Main Street, Lake of the Ozarks, and the town's buzzing a little bit. The local yokels are out and partying up on a Saturday night, Friday night. It was a Friday night, but. So the bass player and the guitar player, they're probably in their mid to late 20s, 26, 27, 28 years old or so. And they're single gentlemen, and the banjo player is also a single gentleman. So, Xavi, I don't know, when's the last time you were at a place where you were with some guys and they were just aggressively chasing chicks?
Oh, God, that is the worst.
When's the last time you were out and you were with a group that was what I don't even know.
I don't know if I've ever been
on the prowl, brother.
I don't know if I've ever been.
These boys were on the prowl.
I don't think I've ever been out with guys. Like, that's just not the crowd or guys that I like to roll with.
Right. Usually if we're ever hanging out or had gone out with people in the past, it wasn't the kind of guys that were like, we're going out prowling in the night. But I will say, hanging out with Grant and his roommate group, like that Blake and Jaysaw group of guys, like the douchebags kind of, those were prowling motherfuckers. Not as bad as these guys from the country band, though. They were.
I mean, how is that success? I feel like I'm not in a woman's psyche.
Yeah.
But I just think that you would have better luck, like subtly, like natural conversation happening with a woman,
right?
Than like if you're going around seeking out, like, They
were looking for just little quick relations, and I guess it's like,
I understand,
as long as that's the vibe that they give off at the beginning, and they can pick up if that's what the person is receptive.
If you pick up a girl that way, is that a girl you want to pick up?
Bro, you're asking for VD. I don't know. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, it's not like, that's not the girl you're going to bring home to mom if you just follow one on the prowl, dude. But that's not what they're looking for. They're just looking for some lake tail for the night,
like tail, boy.
That Lake of the Ozarks tail. I was uncomfortable. I was just like hanging out, and it's like,
what were they saying?
Well, mostly it wasn't that bad, but the banjo player at one point, I remember we're kind of just walking through the bar.
Guy.
He's a little older guy, yeah, but he divorced 4 years ago and just kind of living his best life now. It sounds like
midlife crisis. You mean?
Hey, brother, he's chasing fun, I guess.
Oh, so he was one of the prowlers.
Yeah. Yeah, the bass player was the biggest prowler on the group, I'd say.
No?
An average-looking guy. A little
good
husky.
Personality?
I don't know.
Well, he's fucked.
He wasn't, like, bubbly.
Any of them have success?
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that's what I thought. I would have hammered that. I would have hammered
over. But,
I would have hammered the under.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the standard night out for a lot of dudes. They go out on the prowl and they don't come back with success.
Like losers, like right?
Like
not
losers.
to disparage these guys, but like that's just got to be the most fucking loser thing ever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spend my whole night making an ass of myself, telling myself I'm gonna get some pussy.
It's that, or you scroll on Tinder and you try to do the same thing. You prowl on
you
Tinder.
gotta be smooth, bro.
Yeah. But that's the long game. Being smooth is the long game. These guys aren't looking for a long game.
You could be smooth in the moment.
Well, yeah, but then it's like, even if you're smooth in the moment, you might get a phone number and you have to play up on that for a week or two following. You're not getting same night play usually.
I am not an on the prowl guy, but just for science and maybe this show, I would like to go out and prove that you don't have to be on the prowl to get a one night stand.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably right. But going up to somebody acting smooth in a way that you know in your mind you're looking to try to get a one night out of them, it's also prowling, but it's just smooth prowling. And maybe they were in their minds being smooth about it.
I just don't think you could teach charisma, right?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
No, you can't. It's learned. It's learned because you have to be.
Well, and so
you have to be so good at listening to be able to get good at charisma, because you have to pick up on people's reactions really well to then.
Listening's one thing, but delivering, understanding,
well, yeah. But that gets shaped with listening to how people respond in past. So it's just your charisma is shaped with how well you can listen to people's responses and their body language of how they respond to you. But so you were asking like for what were these guys saying? I only have one example I remember.
I am interested.
Specifically, the banjo player was like, we were just kind of walking through the club, and the girl was like walking by, and he's like, "Hey girl, where's the party tonight?" Like, that was the one that was like so cringe for me, dude.
Where's the party tonight?
Yeah, man. And she said, okay. So before I give you her
response, party tonight.
So before I give you her response, I'll tell you there was girls that did engage in conversation with these guys throughout the night. So it wasn't like they weren't all totally immediately shutting this down.
Attractive girls?
Some of them more than others, yeah.
Okay.
But still, Lake of the Ozarks, relatively townies. It's still, school's still in session. A lot of people are still in college and whatnot. Mm. But anyway, so yeah, there was girls that gave reception to these guys as they were making their advances throughout the night. But this instance of the pickup that I overheard of the guy saying, "Hey girl, where's the party tonight?" She said, "Ew." I said, "That's too perfect."
What did he say to that?
He didn't. He just acted like he just acted like it didn't even happen. He was like, "All right," and just kept walking through the bar like he's all good, man.
These guys you have to have a blind confidence.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing they did. And bro, and so the bass player, I think, was the most ate up. Like, so all right, after we had these bars and all these guys were. The guitar player, the lead singer, he wasn't as aggressively pursuing tail as the banjo player and the bass player. I'll say that just to make sure that everybody kind of understands the levels of these guys. So after we got done, okay, they keep me out till like 2 a.m. fucking because they want to drink and shit.
Keep me out till 2 a.m. fucking.
No, well, you know what I'm saying. They keep me out till fucking 2 a.m.
Okay, yeah.
After the gig was done at 11, we were packed up by like 11:45. We could have meandered back to the hotel and crashed, but no, they wanted to hang out, so I'm out till 2. And then as we are leaving the bars, they're like, "Let's go buy Taco Bell," naturally, right? So we're like, "Fuck, get the Taco Bell at 2 a.m. You already know how that goes. The line's out the fucking place." And they're like, "Well, let's just gonna hang out." Well, the banjo player's like, "Well, I'm not sitting in this fucking truck while we're sitting in this drive-thru." So he just gets out and is just smoking cigarettes on the side of the drive-thru line, like just standing there.
I could have got while we're waiting for Taco Bell.
Yeah. So we're sitting in the drive-thru line, and like this Taco Bell was out of a lot. They were like, "We're out of beef, most of our chicken, and like all the protein. Like we're just now getting a truck in, this and that." And it was like, all right, that happens. But as she's like telling us this to the speaker, and the guys are like talking amongst themselves, like, "Well, let's just get this, we'll get that." It was like, "All right, let's get this," and they like say it, and the girl's like, "Wait, what was that?" And she's like repeating it back, and she's like, And one of the guys is like, what is she, retarded or whatever? And she's like, I can hear everything you're saying. And I'm just melting in the back seat, like, get me out of this car.
God.
These guys are being disrespectful AF. They ordered $80 of Taco Bell.
Oh, my God.
7 cheese quesadillas. I'm like, what is going on right now, man? So these bros smashed $80 worth of Taco Bell.
How do you have the balls after she says, I heard you calling me retarded?
To keep ordering it.
And $80?
Bro, I don't know,
Taco
man.
Bell?
It was an experience.
Like, she could have spit in like one of them.
All of those were spat in. All of them.
I wouldn't
dropped.
blame her.
Guarantee it.
Fingernail.
Yeah. Bro, I don't know. These guys were on one.
Would you blame her if she did?
No. Like I said, man,
They
these guys
are,
were
in fact, the word they were calling her for
how they acted.
And then thinking that they could just order from this bitch.
Yeah. Like, you're just... We can say whatever, and it's all good. We can talk all the shit in the car, and you can hear us. We don't care. Just take our order.
No, I would just handle it differently, though. Like, if somebody called me retarded at when I was serving them,
it wasn't like they like said it like, oh, hey, you're retarded to her. Like, they were just talking shit in the car, and she overheard. It doesn't make it better necessarily, but I'm just saying.
Okay, if I'm at a table and I hear somebody say to one of the other people at the table, what is this guy retarded?
Yeah.
I'd say, get the fuck out.
Right, for sure. I agree. I was very uncomfortable in that situation, for sure. But, hey, I was trapped in a car. What are you going to do? And, like, yeah, man, that bass player is probably the most ate-up guy, like I was saying. Because as we're driving home and they're munching on their $80 of Taco Bell, this guy's like, it's no big deal that I struck out at the bars. I brought my 2 fucking torsos with me, he called them. Like little fuck dolls.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, they're in the back of the truck.
I'm sorry.
He said, I got something I got to say.
You're making money. You sound like you're playing in a band with just the fucking creatures from the Black Lagoon, dude.
Bro, some of these younger generations are just,
this
highly,
guy sounds like
sex
the
addicted.
Fucking worst.
He's not their normal bass player.
You can't be sex addicted if you can't get sex.
Well, he was saying that he had talked to somebody in town at the Ozarks leading up to it. He was like, I'm trying to get this girl that I've been talking to meet us out. She didn't meet him out.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, like, yeah, they got some, they're living in a different...
I'm addicted to throwing the football 100 yards in the air. I can't do it, but I'm addicted to it.
Fair. Incels, bro. What are you going to do?
God, I want to punch this guy right in his stupid fucking head.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Look, if you want to keep a torso at your house and it's like that's your form of your way of doing your thing, fine. But don't bring it on the road with you. You don't got to travel with that shit, dude. Don't.
What a fucking...
I did not stay in the room with him. It was me and the banjo player, and he just crashed right away when we got back.
You think this guy went back and fucked his doll?
No, the guitar player said that he didn't. The guitar player was like, no, the bass player didn't do it. And I was like, thank God. But then again, Lord knows, brother.
They double teamed that bitch.
Oh, no. I just was flabbergasted that the man thought, I'm traveling out of town. I'm 3 hours away from home. I'm going to bring my little sex toy along with me. What the fuck? I don't know. Some people, some things. Some people, some things.
I'm mind blown.
Really?
People behave like this, dog. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's a wonderful world. I can't even sing it right now because I'm just giggling.
Women have to navigate these creatures.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, just because you like a sex toy doesn't mean you're a fiend. I'll say that. I'm just saying. I'm accepting.
Yeah.
I'm not kink shaming.
You're a fiend. I'm sex shaming.
Okay. Well, you are.
If you're bringing a fucking sex doll for a one-night road trip to the Ozarks,
it on a road trip might be a different level, but owning one doesn't automatically make you.
If you're approaching a girl with "Where's the party at?" and she says you're a
that was
fiend,
the one circumstance. There was some girls receptive, but not enough to be like, we're going to hang out with you the rest of the night kind of receptive, obviously.
Yeah, that's not receptive. That's polite.
There was like a girl that let this man sit there and do the classic, let me show you how to do the pool shot. And she was like, like giggling and then letting him do it. So it's like, that was receptive, right? You know what I mean?
I'm cringing.
Bro, it was a hard night for old payroll Rob. I just had to clutch my beer and just kind of walk around and stare at the TV and watch Sports Center with no volume, that kind of thing.
Oh, man. That pales in comparison to the cringe story. I don't even think I want to tell it now.
Well, that was just Friday. Saturday night, we had a gig.
My.
I had a gig with Heydays. That was good. Gig with Heydays was good. And then Sunday, Jay and I got some, like I said already, we did faux grand and got lunch. So all of the rest of the weekend, it was good, positive things. So the having to deal with that for making money playing with the country
How
band.
long do you think you could run with this country band without?
Well, the out-of-town gigs, we'll have to see. But as long as they're in-town gigs and I'm going home right after, it don't really matter.
Did you tell Jay any of these stories about this guy and shit? Because
I told her that, yeah, the guys were just being cringy and prowling for females after the gig, and that we were out and they were wanting to hang out until late or whatever.
Oh my!
Trying to do whatever.
Gracious, what a story!
Because the two young guys were both like, oh, we got these chicks that we have talked. One of the guys was like, oh, I had this chick that I hooked up with already out here. She's supposed to meet me up, and she never met him up. All that kind of stuff, just classic.
I want to know,
young, hanging out and stuff.
How are they reading the room? What makes them so sure that these girls? Yeah, I laid it down once, dude. Anytime I'm back, she needs it.
Hoes in different area codes in their mind.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know, man.
You got to do some fucking looking in the mirror though after that, right? Like
me or them?
No, them.
About just what? Thinking that you got girls that are going to meet you up and then not.
Like they just got it like that. Like they clearly don't.
Yeah.
Maybe change your. Maybe change the playbook.
Maybe so. Maybe so. There could have been a time in our life, in our early 20s, mid 20s, where, you thought there was a girl that was more interested in you than maybe she was. He said, nope. He said, I had a pretty good feel on it all the time, brother.
Yes.
All right.
Finger's always been on the pulse, bro.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think, no. No.
So, yeah, I'll keep.
There's been girls where I was like, I wish this girl was more into me than she is. But, like, never have I confused how much a girl has been into me.
Right. Yeah. I get that. But, yeah, I don't know. So that was fun times at the Ozarks with those guys. I don't know. If I have other gigs at the Ozarks or other things, I'll keep the listeners updated, because it doesn't seem to be lack of interesting stories, that's for sure. These guys are keeping me on my toes. But, yeah, like I said.
You might have to just keep going with them.
Yeah, just for the entertainment factor.
The podcast.
Yeah, man, for the stories. And I mean, he's getting good paying gigs, and it's like I'm a musical whore.
Yeah. So,
but Lake of the Ozarks Friday night, and not quite summertime yet. Still a lot of townies, like I said.
Summer.
Some of those townies have pretty Hoosier behavior. You were telling me of something that happened to you this past week of some pretty good examples of Hoosier behavior.
Lots of shit that could be brought up for Tales of the Server Tables, but not going to. But I will share this somewhat cringy story. So Friday night.
Friday night, bro. The whole night of cringy stories, you and I both.
Yeah, so after work, I go out to trophy room with two of my managers. And so Callie and I get there. And there's only one open table, and this table has
like food sitting on
Cecil Whitaker's and like wings and shit on it. We don't know whose it is, right? Yeah. Well, like,
were the boxes like open? Were the boxes of food open? It was just closed up, just sitting on this table.
Yes.
Was it bad? Like, were the wings like wrapped up and stuff?
So how the table was, like, where Kylie and I were sitting like a two top, but there's another two top pushed against it where the food sits.
Yeah, I got you.
So we're there, like,
but it was all wrapped up. Like the wings were in like a to-go container, but closed. Was that to-go container in a bag? I'm just trying to get a picture in my mind.
Closed boxes, no bags.
Okay, I just want to get a visual of
two styrofoam
wing boxes, if you will. Yeah,
one extra large pepperoni pizza.
All closed. Got it. All right, continue.
So 20 minutes later, our manager Nikki shows up, and like within 5 minutes, Nikki asked Callie and myself.
She said, sorry, guys, whatever you're talking about, I got questions.
Whose pizza is this? We're both like, we don't know. She proceeds to open it and just start hammering.
When she opened it, was it nothing had been touched in there? Or was it
like 3-4 pieces gone?
So like barely eaten, okay.
Yeah, she starts just going to town on this pepperoni pizza.
She said, this is good, guys. You want some?
We're probably there for like an hour and a half, right?
Just picking at it. She's just picking at it.
So throughout the whole night, she like, and she was like, "Hey, hand me a piece." So I'm like opening the box and giving her a piece, like already feeling like
it's like Jesus. She's making me part of whatever's happening here.
Yeah, I didn't know whose it was.
He said, "This is
but
just
nobody had came back to the table to like grab the pizza.
It's been sitting.
So,
It's been an hour long at this point.
Yeah,
Jesus.
So then, like, she says, "All right, guys, I'm gonna head out," and grabs the wing boxes and is about to grab the pizza box. And this bouncer, this big dude comes over and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing with this?" And she was like, "I'm gonna take it home with me."
Said, "Oh, somebody left this."
She's like, she's like, "We don't know whose this is. I was gonna take it home with me." He said, "Well, it was supposed to be for the staff when we got off." And at this point,
oh my god,
I'm like looking at Callie like I want to die. Like I'm like sinking out of my chair.
How do I get out of here?
And Nikki says, "Oh." And and still, and she's like, "Oh, well, I've been eating it." He goes, "I can see."
That's like Weird Al trapped in a drive-thru.
And she was
said,
like,
"Oh, all I could say was oh."
So he says, "Well, you might as well take it now."
Damn.
She says, "Okay." Grabs the pizza box, the 2 fucking foam things full of wings because she hadn't been eating those, and leaves with all of them. And I'm just like, I'm like, "I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry." He's like, "No, it's all good." I was like, "Oh my goodness,
dude,
the
that's
boldness,
crazy.
bro!"
And I mean, for the guy to be so cool, to be like, "Oh, it's all good." Like, what do you mean it's all good?
He wasn't saying it like that. It was more like, "I guess it's all good now." Like he was annoyed.
Yeah,
and he was perturbed. He probably is used to seeing drunk ass people.
Yeah,
like, but she wasn't that drunk. Like she had came from work.
Right,
like, she was sober when she started eating this pizza.
Oh my god,
he probably assumed that she was drunk due to her behavior.
Yeah, and then to like be like, "All right, yeah, thanks. I'm just gonna leave," and not be like, "Oh my god, let me give you some money for this," or like anything, like nothing. Oh god,
could not believe it.
Yeah, I would have sank.
I went again to him when we left and said, "Hey man, I'm so fucking sorry, dude.
Like, look, she just joined us up here. Like, we didn't tell her to eat that shit, but let me buy you a pizza or some shit because I feel bad, bro. Like, that would be awful."
I kind of want to leave it, but I was like, I ain't paying for this bitch's pizza. I didn't touch it.
Yeah. Go be like, "Can I go to Schnucks right next door and get you a frozen pizza, dude? Something like."
Schnucks was closed at that point. It's like 2:30 in the morning.
Some Lunchables.
I'm like dying again, retelling the story, like putting myself back there, like, bro, like the dude was clearly like.
I think you had it worse probably than me because like at least when dude got ewed, I was able to just like, I'm not obviously with him. I was like already a couple 10 feet away from him, like can't stand in my own spot.
I don't know if this dude saw me hand her pizza. Was he assuming that I was eating it too?
Right,
you know, like,
right. Like you kind of get lumped in a lot more than I did for sure.
I was like, fuck, man, I wanted to be anywhere but there.
Yeah, I would absolutely want to die. Just murder me now.
Yeah.
But you know who else probably wants to die a little bit?
Oh, take a wild guess.
Take a wild guess, Dave.
Yeah. Hold on, let me guess.
Yeah, go ahead. Take that wild guess.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, well, yeah, go ahead. Take this wild guess.
Who wants to
die?
Who wants to die?
Probably wants to die when they get the numbies.
I was going to say something savage. I will not go there.
Take a look at the numbers.
There's a guy from work I had to guess at, but.
Oh, no. When he looks at the numbers, he might.
Stephen A. Smith.
No, but if there's something going on in Stephen A. Smith's world.
That's a wild guess.
Yeah, that's a wild guess. Fair. All right. No, it is not Stephen A. Smith. Do you want any more guesses? Or?
No.
Will Smith. He might want to die soon.
That sucks.
He put out some music recently.
Yeah.
You were sharing. I had heard about it before you were talking to me a little bit before the show that Will Smith put out music like a week ago, I want to say. But I guess there's some numbers coming back for Will Smith's record release, and they are not looking good.
No.
What was it? You want to share some of those numbers with us?
I'll pull up the numbies.
He's going to pull up the numbies.
Tony, can you get this?
Tony's going to look into it.
Sorry.
So I heard
some producer me do his fucking job.
Yeah. Pick it up, Tony.
Will Smith sold a whopping 268 hard copies and 36 digital copies of his new album during its debut week in UK. This is not 268,000.
No.
Not
26,800 even.
No. This is 268 hard copies.
268.
36 digital downloads. This is Will Smith.
for the entire country.
This is Hancock.
United
This is
Kingdom.
I Am Legend. This is fucking
Independence
the Fresh
Day,
Prince, dude.
The Fresh Prince. Yep. And it's, when I heard some of the songs, I get it. It's hot garbage, dude.
You've listened to more than me.
It's, what it sounds? It just sounds like Will Smith trying to be DMX, which he never
Really?
Yeah, he's like cussing and shit in his fucking songs now.
Whoa.
He totally, I don't know what he's thinking, man. It's not.
Jada Pinkett broke that man.
Yeah. Like, if in his mind, he's like, oh, I'm going to do this, take this 180 approach because people expect this other thing from me and yada, yada, yada. Like, no, dude, it's not the move. Like, you're not being true to yourself. You're just trying to act like something to be different, right? To try to be different than that Will Smith. Like, no, it's so unauthentic to me. I hate it.
That's cringe,
I hate it.
man.
It's super cringe.
Yeah.
More cringe than him getting out of whack at the Oscars or whatever.
But again, that's Jada.
Yeah, she
You
got
Jada,
that man all
she
twisted.
was sleeping with August
Anheuser-Busch?
No, August, whatever his name is.
I don't know.
And then basically said they have an open relationship, but it's a one-way open relationship.
She said, I decided to open our relationship up.
She's cut this man's balls off, bro.
Yeah, dude, she really, really did seemingly do a number on that man. Like, obviously, we don't know all the ins and outs, but from the outside looking in.
We know the ins and outs, and something's going in and out of Jada Pinkett, and it ain't Will Smith.
No,
Yeah.
bro. No, bro.
That sucks. That sucks, Day.
But 240, what did you say? 246 physical copies sold? Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, physical music doesn't sell these days.
But 36 digital downloads.
But only 36 digital downloads? Like, 36. You have more people that are in a fucking fast food restaurant on any given time than 36. You have 200-something physical sold. A lot of high school graduating classes are higher than that.
Though,
Jesus.
we could take a moment for everybody to listen to this podcast.
Take a moment.
And download it digitally. And our podcast could raise the numbers up. We could be on Will Smith's radar.
We're not far off, brother.
And then hashtag his album, We'll pander for Will Smith, bro.
Sponsor?
Can you imagine our fucking fourth guest ever being Will Smith?
Dude, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
We might have to turn this into being a pro Will Smith podcast.
No, I mean,
am
look,
pro Will Smith.
We'll bring him back to ground. We'll make Will Smith
Because we
open
don't
up,
think it's Will's fault.
and we'll make him see the light, and he'll feel like old Will again. We missed that old Will
Let's get
Smith.
Will on Sit, Talk, and Listen, bro.
Let's do it. Who do we call?
We'll manifest it.
Tony, get on that.
We'll,
Producer Tony's going to work on that.
Tune in for the next few weeks and see if Will Smith gets on.
Will Smith might be here. He didn't say he wasn't going to be here. Well,
yeah.
That's how we should just start booking guests. We'll say, next week's episode is going to be Michael Keaton. We haven't confirmed, but he hasn't said no either. So
No. We are honesty in media, though.
we are honesty in
So
media.
we don't like to do the click.
The old bait and swee.
Yeah, no,
isn't for us.
I'm not on board for that. But
What I was gonna while we started to talk about Will Smith, I was remembered about more little sports news from the week that we missed while we were doing a little sports breakdown. Shout out to Rory for his Masters victory.
wow,
I know
he
I
did
totally kind of dropped the ball on that one earlier.
it. Rory blew it, regained it, blew it.
Yeah,
Playoffs, clutch.
I think it's kind of fitting that Rory wins Masters in that kind of fashion, right? Because he's had such a tumultuous
Is
history.
this the monkey off the back?
It has to be. It
The
has
Grand
to be.
Slam of majors now for Rory.
Yeah, and the one that people were always said that gave him the most nightmares was Augusta.
Well,
and
he had
here
the,
did it
what was
again.
it, whole 15 breakdown a few years, like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, I can't remember the years. I don't know the years, Nick.
Absolute collapse.
Yes, like a world-class collapse. And that's just...
And
it's
kind of
been-
almost did it again.
Exactly. That's been the monster on his back ever since, and that's why I say it feels like a poetic fitting, like for him to
for
finish
those who
off.
don't know, Rory went in with the lead. Him and DeChambeau both kind of collapsed Sunday.
Bryson.
Then he gets his mojo back, starts climbing back up, and then he has a 4-foot putt to win the Masters on hole 18.
Yep.
Misses it.
Yep. And that could have
Allows
broken him right
Justin
there.
Rose to take him to a
tied, yeah,
playoff.
right.
Yeah. And then Rory from the bunker puts an absolute dot
Yep.
right by the hole. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I just think that that's such a cool way for it to play out for him, right? Like, obviously the devastation and the feelings that he was feeling when he missed the putt on 18 the first time, like, gosh, that could be soul crushing. That could ruin a career. Like, really, if you let it, that kind of, moment could just break somebody. But what does he do? He stares it in the fucking face and he pinpoints that shot right out of the bunker.
Let's give it up for him.
Here's your green jacket. Yeah, I think that was awesome. So shouts out to Rory.
Hell yeah.
Love the Masters.
That's for Belfast. That's for Northern Ireland. That's for the PGA.
Yeah.
There you go, Rory. That's your moment.
So great Masters this year. Like to see it. I think it's the best tournament that golf has going every year. So you like the drama. You like the way it played out.
Scotty will be back.
Yeah.
Finished third.
So speaking of drama and playing things out, is there anything to update in the wide, wild world of wrestling?
I was going to say, yeah, I've been keeping up to date. I'm going to hold because WrestleMania is this Sunday.
Okay,
I don't think there's much more build-up or anything I can add.
Yeah.
Everything with Roman, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, that is starting to ramp up.
Yeah.
There's a wise man, Paul Heyman, who left Roman to join CM Punk, his best friend, but says he's still loyal to Roman. He just owed CM Punk a favor. Mm-hmm. Seth Rollins is like basically saying he's trying to get in there now and be like, Roman, like, this guy stabbed you in the back. Like, how are you going to take it? Yeah, so that's basically shaping up. But I'm going to hold all it off because WrestleMania is this Easter Sunday. I will not be participating in Easter festivities because I am going to be staying home because it starts Saturday, which I'll be working. So Sunday, I'm going to watch all of WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday in one day. It's going to be great. I got the new TV.
Oh, they do WrestleMania on like 2 days?
2-day event now.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And that will be at...
So here's all of our wrestling fans. We know you're out there and listening. This is your update. I'm sure you guys have tuned in and know WrestleMania 19th and 20th this weekend.
Yes.
So I kind of find it funny. You got April 20th landing on Easter Sunday.
Blaze up, bro.
Blaze up, bro. Yeah, do you know what else is also on April 20th?
Easter.
Well, this year, yes, but every year, what also falls on April 20th?
Someone's birthday.
That's correct. A very predominantly known figure in history.
Happy birthday, Mona Lisa. It's Mona Lisa's fucking birthday.
No.
Oh.
Nope, not the Mona Lisa. I'll give you one more guess. A predominant known historical figure within the last century, 100 years. Maybe the most world-known name.
Happy birthday, Jackie Chan. Fucking Jackie Chan. How old is he turning this?
420 every year, dude. Jackie Chan will
Hell
be,
yeah. It's Jackie
70s.
Chan's birthday?
No. It could be. I don't know that it's not Jackie
Donald
Chan's
Trump.
birthdays. Not Donald's.
That was a serious guess. Who's more world
but
known
you
than
are in the theater. You were in the theater.
Barack Obama?
No.
In the theater. John Wilkes Booth. I'm in the fucking theater.
Nope. You are leaving the realm of closeness with Wilkes Booth guess.
Well, he said I'm in the theater.
Right.
JFK.
Political theater, some might say.
I said JFK.
You did, but I'm also telling you that that's not correct.
Vladimir Putin.
Nope. Closer geographically now.
Huh.
He said, huh.
Closer geographically.
Yeah.
Joseph Stalin.
No. Nope. Same era.
Mussolini.
Nope.
Hitler.
Yeah!
Yay!
420.
Happy birthday, Adolf.
Is
give it up.
famously also Hitler's birthday.
Hell yeah.
So Hitler's birthday will be on Easter this year. Kind of fun.
I'm sure he loves that.
I'm sure he's more a fan of that than it being on Passover, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Our Holocaust? No. These aren't jokes about the Holocaust. We're just making observations. These aren't Holocaust jokes.
Satirical.
These are observations.
Obviously.
And it is his birthday.
We don't
need to celebrate.
I don't wish Hitler a happy birthday.
But what do you think?
The saddest of birthdays.
Hitler has to be on the Mount Rushmore of most known historical figures in the last 100 years.
We'll do that next week.
Mount Rushmore of historical figures last 100 years?
Yep.
All right. Book it. Book it, Dano.
It'll be a stark contrast from the chips that we
will be getting into right now.
Yeah! Woo! God damn, we're getting good at transitions.
We did the fast food Mount Rushmores last week. I'm glad that you picked Taco Bell and not me, because I had some negative experiences with Taco Bell this week outside of going.
Well, part of that is the company you keep.
Well, that was dude spending $82 on it. That wasn't even like really a negative experience because of Taco Bell. That was a negative experience because of bros, like talking whatever about a girl when they could hear her. Anyway, I went 2 other times just on my own lonesome, and both times they gave me the wrong food. The first time I'd driven just down the road a little bit, and like I was pulling into a gas station to get a little fountain drink, and I pulled out the food, took a bite. They made my beef burritos with bean burritos. Oh! Yeah, no coming back from that. So I just hopped back down the road to the restaurant, and they gave me the correct food. But here's the fucked up part, is I go back in there, and I'm like, hey, I think you guys gave me the wrong order. Like, it's got my right order on it's got my tag on the thing. It says beef burritos on the tag on the bag, but beef burritos aren't in the bag. And they're like, let me guess, you got the wrong order? I'm like, yeah. And they go, oh, here you go. And they just hand me a bag that's got my 2 burritos in it. But then I'm thinking in my mind, like, wait a minute. This bag of burritos has been sitting here for like 10 minutes, and they're just handing it to me now like it's all good. I couldn't even get some fresh burritos because you guys gave me the wrong motherfuckers.
You have the one right here in Dorset?
No,
that's an elite one.
That one's been very good for me. Yeah, I have no qualms with that one. Oh, I take that back.
No.
It was last night. I stopped. No. It was Saturday night when I was coming back from the gig. I stopped at the one by us on the Dorset here, and I had gotten my order, and instead of doing no rice, he put add rice on my order. And as he's handing it to me, I see the tag, and it says add rice. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, did you put add rice? I said to not have rice, to do no rice. And he's like, oh, I sure did. I meant to hit no rice. I accidentally hit add rice.
I can understand that.
I can too, but he did it, and I paid for it. It was $1.20 extra to add rice. I didn't want rice at all. I paid $1.20 extra. I didn't get refunded any money, but I got my right food. So it's like, fuck, what are we doing?
That's an honest mistake, and I've done that.
It is.
Because like when I'm like entering food, when you say no, like the no button is right next to add. Right. So now you're giving somebody extra of something they didn't even want.
Right.
And like you said, it is an extra $1.25.
Yeah. So,
let's not hang that over their heads. I love that Taco Bell.
That's the only reason why Taco Bell's could teeter to be on the Mount Rushmore for me, because like I can. We
got some feedback though. People seem pretty pleased. I did get some pissed off reviews that Chick-fil-A was not on the list.
Whatever.
You know what?
Enjoy your Chick-fil-A. Be white and bland all you want.
But anyways,
you could have just said it.
Was not a white person.
Yeah, it was not a white person that gave him the feedback, but mostly white people love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
in my experience.
Don't know if that person's even listening anymore. So
that's all right then.
We'll move on.
Honesty in media. But so I just wanted to touch on my loathing of Taco Bell this week after you graciously gave him a spot on your Mount Rushmore. And I also want to say, it now. I think we as a country need to support more fast Mexican food restaurants, like a Taco John's or a Del Taco. Taco John's is like a Taco Bell, but they're in other parts of the country.
You're thinking of Jimmy John's.
No, bro, it's Taco John's. Look it up. Look it up.
You're thinking of Papa John's, Jimmy John's.
Look,
Taco John's, Lakers in 5.
See, there you go. You tied it in. Taco John's has a lawsuit with LeBron James about Taco Tuesday. So,
oh, fuck them, man. We don't need this on our fucking
They were
conscience.
doing Taco Tuesdays for like 30 years, bro.
Oh, man.
Like, had a trademark and everything.
Taco John's, no one knows who you are.
People that love Taco John's are really going to have gripes with you.
No one's heard of Taco John's.
That's not true.
They are the 3rd most popular food franchise with John's in their name.
He said the 3rd most popular. What's the other one? Papa John's? Yeah, sure, okay. But like also a Del Taco can be superior to Taco Bell. Del Taco. You know
I've heard your heart.
All I'm saying is we need to support more options for fast Mexican style food, because Taco Bell is getting too comfortable. That's all I'm saying. There's not enough competition for Taco Bell to really be on top of their game. Like McDonald's and these other places know that they got Wendy's and Burger King creeping up behind them if they slip up.
You like Wendy's?
Yeah.
Wendy's nuts hit your
Hey,
forehead.
shit. It doesn't matter what you got on my forehead.
All right, so Chips, how do we go for first pick? I had first pick last week. You have first pick this week.
Taco John's in Cape Girardeau. All right, I'm done. I'm just saying, don't sleep on Taco John's,
Fuck
bro.
Taco John's.
So we're doing chips. I had first pick last week.
I did.
You did.
I took McDonald's.
All right, so I'll take first pick on the chips. Should we flip a coin?
No, I feel like we have the same first pick though.
Well, that's why it matters on who gets first pick. We want me to flip? All right, I got a chip in my hand. One side says The Office. The other side is blank. Xavier, you see the coin.
Yes.
All right, I am now going to flip the coin.
Call it in the air.
Flip.
Blank.
Office. Okay, Xavier said blank. Blank. I said The Office. It landed on
one or the two?
The Office. Huh?
You want the one pick or the two?
I want the first pick.
Okay.
All
I
right.
only asked because it's snake style.
Snaky
So
style.
you might have wanted 2 and 3.
Right.
Go
No,
ahead.
I understand what you're saying. All right. So with my first pick for my Mount Rushmore, I will choose the elite chip, and that is the sour cream and cheddar ruffles. Xavier's ended it all. He said, damn it, that was mine. It is by far the best flavor on a chip. It keeps me coming back every time. When I haven't had one for a little bit and I see somebody with a bag of those bad boys, my mouth starts salivating like Pavlov's dog. I'm fucking hungry.
Dude, it is elite. It is, I mean, the ridges, the thickness of it, not too crunchy, not too thin. You could dip it in French onion dip if you want.
Just,
right?
yeah, all sorts of variations on how to enjoy them. And like you said, it not too thick, not thin and crisp and like whimsy, doesn't fall apart, not over seasoned,
Nope.
not too much flavor, not like overbearing on the flavor, just enough to like really get you like, yeah, ooh, feels good.
God.
But what's the downside? There's only one downside that I could think of with these chips.
The finger residue?
No, finger residue is natural for any chip.
No,
You
it's
just
the one
kind of,
downside.
that's an excess.
What is the one downside?
For me,
smell.
I was gonna say, for me, if
You open
I'm
a
not
bag.
enjoying, if I'm not the one eating the bag of sour cream and cheddar ruffles, and I'm smelling it, like specifically in a car, I'm thinking of, like if I'm riding with somebody on a trip,
Yeah, Brant
and
hates,
they popped one open,
Yeah, he hates it.
it's pungent. It tickles the nostrils in a way that I'm like, ooh, I don't know
All
about
that
that.
air is trapped in that bag, so when you open it, those odors are
Yeah.
prevalent.
And it does that with other chips too, but the smell of the sour cream and cheddar is like a little bit more on the rough side, just smelling it. But as soon as you eat them, it's like the smell just doesn't matter at all. It's fine. Like you understand the smell when you eat it. You're like, oh, it just makes perfect sense. So if I had to give any sort of negative to that sour cream and cheddar ruffles, that would be it. But that's such a small little thing. It's not even, I don't care about it. I'm going to eat a bag if I feel like eating a bag.
And that might be my only potato chip even on my big board.
All right. So, yeah, I'm good with my pick. Go ahead if you got yours.
My number one, I'm trying to decide. Let me ask you right here. Are you going for like chips that you like the most, or like say you like one chip a little better than the other, but the other is like way more popular and you might eat more often?
I think for me, my thinking is like I'm gonna give the Mount Rushmore to my favorite ones that I think are also like overall very popular chips, like ones that are overall popular, but also my personal favorites. Is kind of how I'm looking at it.
Because okay, there's times where I might prefer other brands of this chip,
Okay,
other flavors, I should say. But
Flavors.
this has the most nostalgic factor. I still dive back into them. I think you can eat them on their own. You can eat them with dips, and that is the Flamin' Hot Cheeto.
Wow,
Crunchy.
Flamin' Hot Cheeto.
I mean, it's an icon. It's a juggernaut in in culture, pop culture. Would you say?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
They were
I
the
mean,
OG of
Flamin'
Flamin' Hot
Hots
flavor.
Have been big time. The main Cheeto, I'd say, for like the last 5-10 years. You see all Flamin' Hot socks and Flamin' Hot apparel and Flamin' Hot mac and cheese. You know, they're really pushing
And
that
it started
flavor.
out Flamin' Hot has taken over, and like they have Flamin' Hot Funyuns, Flamin' Hot Ruffles,
Yep.
Flamin' Hot everything. But it all started with the Flamin' Hot Cheeto, that red little
Cheese doodle
cheese doodle.
that you didn't like.
of just goodness.
Yeah.
I like it with cream cheese. I like.
Oh yeah,
it
I
with,
remember the days of you and Maddie. Man, you guys would chill, be watching whatever, and just flaming hots and sour cream.
Oh,
Let's
big
go.
back, big back, big back, big back. Got my flaming
Look,
hots and all that.
honesty and media for me, flaming hots were never really my jam. If I was having Cheetos at all, it was like I could do some crunchy Cheeto or not. Yeah, some crunchy Cheetos every once in a while.
Hold on, we don't tip picks.
We're talking Cheetos right now.
Yeah, but what if that's a pick later?
Well, it could be. I mean, whatever. Just by me mentioning it, does it negate if you're going to pick it later?
A Flamin' Hot Cheeto is a juggernaut. Now, the next pick I'm going to make is my favorite Dorito. I won't pander because there's another Dorito I love that's way more popular, but my favorite Dorito is the sweet chili purple bag Dorito.
Come on.
I love it.
Well, that's good, but it's the wrong choice. That's fine. Go ahead.
Well, then take the right choice. You have
will.
2 picks coming up.
Yeah. I'll
But
take
that
it.
is the best Dorito for my fucking dollar. The sweet chili Dorito.
Sweet chili Dorito.
Everybody knows it. You know it? The purple bag?
Yeah. That sounded Trump-ish. Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. Come on.
Come on. Get on board with the, what is it? The Thai chili? Purple chili?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thai chili. How long has that
Sweet
been a
chili.
flavor out, you think?
I'm
When you
gonna
remember
guess-
it? When you remember first hitting that palate?
I'm going to guess
Your
14 years. 2011.
Okay.
Let's pull it up. Let's see.
Tony!
Want me
Producer!
to do it? Want me to look?
Tony's on it. Yeah. Sweet. What did you say? Thai?
Sweet chili.
Oh, sweet chili Doritos. Those came out in a certain year.
I said 2011.
And Xavi said 2011.
Oh, I found it.
What did you get?
April of 2008.
April 2008. That's what producer Tony's finding too. Look at that. So the stock market crashes and Doritos gives us sweet chili chips. You know, fair trade.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Doritos. They probably will not be my only pick. But I don't know. You might take 2 Doritos here.
So
Doritos is elite. That's my favorite flavor Dorito. I have to be true to myself.
All right. Yeah. Fair. Hey, this is your Mount Rushmore. I have my Mount Rushmore.
We don't fucking pander.
I don't need your Mount Rushmore to match my Mount Rushmore. So
ahead.
choose your choices. And you've chosen Flaming Hot Cheetos and Sweet Chili Doritos. I'm sitting on Sour Cream Cheddar Ruffles so far. Elite.
You have 2 picks coming.
Yep. So my next pick will be the obvious superior Dorito, and that's the Nacho Cheese Dorito.
Oh, okay. Good.
It's the chip that put Dorito on the fucking map, dude. It's the best for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You can give me any sandwich, and I will choose Nacho Doritos to go along with it, and it's the best chip.
I'll wait till my pick before I comment.
I guess. I mean, do what you want to do. I'm just trying to tell you right now. The Nacho Cheese Dorito is the superior Dorito, and the one that they built their whole brand off of. So don't come at me with this sweet chili stuff. That's my second one. My third one will be the classic Fritos.
Just classic.
The original Fritos, non-flavored.
No scoops.
Nope, not the scoops either.
Wow.
I like the classic Fritos because I can just grab a little handful, pop them in.
Whoa.
The scoops can be a little hard on the roof of your mouth.
Wow.
And I can throw those bad boys in, let's just say I'm making chicken tacos at home. Throw a couple Fritos in there. Boom. Delicious. Adds a nice crunch. It's just an elite chip. The versatility.
I cannot eat those unless I have hot sauce. You give me some. They are good for a walking taco.
Bowl of chili. Throw some Fritos in there. Boom.
I think there's a better Frito, though.
Okay, probably so. Are you going to pick it as your pick?
No.
Well, my picks I got my last one already I'm locked and loaded.
So can I say it?
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
I think the chili cheese Dorito, or chili cheese Frito, is the better Frito.
a lot of people, I think, would agree with that.
If I'm going to do anything that I would use a regular Frito for, I feel like it's better with the chili cheese Frito.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I just like the OGs better personally
Yeah, and it's your list.
I like to be able, like I said, have them because then I can just grab a handful and just eat them babies raw dog style, and they're still good to me.
I mean, dude, and this is your list.
And the other ones, the chili ones are a little bit more flavor than I'm looking for.
My dad's favorite Frito is the honey barbecue
twist. Adrian's a fiend of those. Yeah, we get those.
They are delicious.
We put those in his lunch a lot of times. He's a fan.
Now, with my third pick, I'm going back-to-back Dorito. And
wow.
Maybe some people...
Doritos really hanging high on all of our Mount Rushmores.
And it is...
It better not be Cool Ranch.
It is Cool Ranch Doritos.
Wow. Joe's going to be on your list. He was a Cool Ranch boy.
Cool Ranch? Yeah, who isn't a Cool Ranch boy?
I'm not. I don't think they're that great.
They are elite. Cool Ranch Doritos are the second or third best Dorito, and the original Dorito is still not that. I'm not picking this, but the spicy nacho Dorito, or my dad, his favorite chip is the Blazing Buffalo Ranch Dorito.
Blazing Buffalo Ranch.
Now, you have so many Doritos out here, but I have the Sweet Chili and the Cool Ranch boys all on my team right now, and we will take on anyone.
All right. I still think the nacho cheese army of Dorito fans is bigger.
My last pick, and I feel like is, God, I'm struggling because I do like salt and vinegar plain Lay's or like the Miss Vickers.
Yep.
Salt, man.
Honorable mentions. Those are your honorable mentions, or could be if you got something else that you feel is going to slot in on top of those guys.
My fourth pick is going to be Funyuns.
Funyuns. Wow, that's pretty good.
I love Funyuns. I was between that and a salt and vinegar chip. I was tough.
Fun fact about Funyuns is I enjoy Funyuns, but I don't think I've ever bought a bag of Funyuns. I think the only times I've ever eaten Funyuns is if like there's a variety box and somebody's got one offering it to me. I'm at like a barbecue.
They're good.
Just sitting out.
They're delicious.
They're good. I don't mind Funyun. I like a good Funyun, but I've never been out buying little chips or whatever and thought to myself, I'm going to grab some Funyuns today. It just hasn't happened.
This is a Mount Rushmore. We could have had 5 people and had plenty of chips on the board.
And that's what makes it kind of fun is like it's, individualized.
Yeah. Like I kind of wish we did because I feel like I'm big backing over here. Really feel like I did some of these chips a disservice because I love them all.
So Funyuns is your
I wish I could eat every chip in the world.
Your honorable mention list is like 13 different chips.
Oh, 100%. That's probably light. That's on the light end.
Yeah.
We're making light work with that.
So let's recap your Mount Rushmore.
I have hot Cheetos, crunchy kind, Flamin' Hot, the original Flamin' Hot crunchy Cheetos.
Yep.
Then I have the sweet chili purple bag Doritos.
What's the Cheeto guy's slogan? Too cool? What's it? Joe Cool? Cheeto Cool? The
Chester Cheeto.
Chester Cheeto. That's his name. Doesn't he got a little slogan? What's his slogan?
I don't know. Eat me, bitch.
Oh, I know. I remember. It ain't easy being cheesy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll have to do a Mount Rushmore of slogans one time.
Oh, that could be tough. That would take more research. That'd be harder for me to just do off the top of the dome. Right? It would be fun.
Past and present.
What's that?
We could do past and present like slogans.
Yeah. Whatever slogan we feel is the.
But so to round up, I have the Flamin' Hot Cheetos Crunchy, the purple bag Doritos, sweet chili Doritos, the blue bag Doritos, Cool Ranch Doritos, and then the Funyuns.
Yeah. So a lot of flavors in yours. Not much of like.
I'm a bold and zesty kind of guy, dude.
What's life without some spice?
Hell yeah, dude.
So all right, I got sour cream and cheddar Ruffles, nacho cheese Doritos, and OG Fritos. And this last one, I'm kind of going back and forth between two different options. Also, I'm thinking about kettle cooked chips. Fire. I love me some just like, I don't say plain, salted, just original, if you will, kettle cooked chips that crunch, like Crunchers. I could go through a bag of those babies.
Crunchers are fire.
Crunchers are delicious. But I'm also torn because I could demolish a bag of tortilla chips. Just like, dipping.
Plain tortilla chips?
Yeah. And I could also use them for dippings too. We could salsa on deck or a little plate of nachos whenever feeling like a little froggy or whatever. I prefer over the border brand these days. I feel like that's where I'm usually getting.
You just eat a plain, no salsa, nothing?
I will. Yeah, sure. Sometimes if I'm just looking for a quick little snack, I'll just grab a handful of tortilla chips. Sure. I like them. I like the flavor. It's along the same lines of the Fritos kind of.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't decide which one I want to take the spot
for your sake,
and
add
which
some
one's
fucking flavor to this thing.
There's no. I mean, I had sour cream cheddar and I had nacho cheese. I thought that's about as flavorful as
It's
this
funny how we have
goes.
the same number one chip, and then we are just so different after that.
Yeah. No, I've always been.
You're an original boy.
Yeah. If the original's not good, I don't need no bullshit flavor trying to trick me that your chip is good. So I think I'm gonna go Crunchers. I'm gonna go Crunchers because
Better
tortilla
choice.
chips are too close to Fritos already.
They are good. I could eat some plain Crunchers, no dip, nothing.
Yeah. So that'll round out my
Kettle
Mount
cooked
Rushmore.
also very similar. The original kettle cooked.
Agreed. Yeah. A lot of those kettle cooked
Miss
taste
Vickers,
similar. Right. Yeah. Cape Cod. I think they
Cape
do.
Cod, great.
Yeah.
Cape Cod also great. Salt
and vinegar. Right. But I love
You like salt and vinegar?
it's fine. It's not my first choice, but if it's there and I'm looking to grab a handful of chips, I'll eat them. Sure.
Salt and vinegar is one of those where if I'm not in the mood, I'm not. But like if I am craving it, it's the only thing I want. Like, I need some salt and vinegar.
I need it. Well, yeah, I feel good about my Mount Rushmore. I think I got all my favorite choices.
Me too. I just feel bad for the 58 chips that I left off the board.
Chips, high.
We didn't take a single
Really popular.
Pringle.
No, trust me, I thought about
There's some
Pringles.
great pretzels out there.
Your favorite Pringle? Go.
Probably sour cream and cheddar.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Barbecue. I like the barbecue
Oh,
Pringles.
Okay. I like cheddar, just a cheddar Pringle. Those are elite for me.
Yeah, I meant to say cheddar, like the orange one.
Yeah, orange can.
The orange can.
He's making an up and down motion with his hand above his midsection for those that aren't watching. That's everybody. This is a listening medium still.
So yeah, I mean, God damn, there's so many chips we didn't draft.
So yeah, everybody else chime in.
Cheddar and jalapeno Cheeto, I think I prefer now. Sometimes I'll get those over a hot Cheeto.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes
hot Cheeto
I like a good puffy
has been in my
Cheeto.
life longer and has been there for me when times have been down.
I like a good puffy Cheeto sometimes.
Good puffy Cheeto.
But I will
Or
say
corn chip boys, it sounds like, from our draft.
definitely a corn chip ahead because I want something, the least amount of residue that I can get from a chip, the better. Because dealing with that is not my
I
favorite
didn't take
thing.
a single potato chip.
I guess not. You mentioned your honorable mentions.
What's an onion?
poof?
Well, if it's a Funyun, like it's like a
It's like a doodle poof, kind of just like how the Cheetos are.
yeah. But corn, you think based?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Some sort of grain,
Yeah.
not potato based.
No.
So I think that rounds out our Mount Rushmores in a good place. I'm be interested to hear other people's chip Mount Rushmores. You know what they think.
Sour cream and onion Ruffles also one of my favorites. So I just want to throw that out there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
All right, I think we knew that. We picked that up from that was why we had to flip a coin. I think we both knew that about
I
each
said
other.
sour cream and onion.
Oh, sour cream.
The sour cream and onion
Sorry.
Ruffles is also one of my.
Yes, those are good. Those are good. With the blue regular
But I
bag.
almost
with the
have to
green.
have them like a French onion dip. I feel like it's.
It is better with the dip. Those ones specifically. Yeah. I agree.
That's it. I've had to piss since like 10 minutes in, so like we might be ramping this up quickly at the end here. But next week,
I think we covered a lot of ground today.
historical figures in the last 100 years.
So next week our Mount Rushmore will be. Yeah, I like that, and we'll both do our own. Or do you think we should do a consensus one, like agreed upon? And we could debate our points on which one we think needs to be there.
I liked that
the draft.
There's enough historical figures that we should at least have 8 of them.
Yeah, and then have enough conviction in our thoughts that we just hold our own and not.
I already have my 1-1.
Your 1-1.
Yep,
Your A1.
A1.
All right, locked in. So tune in next week for that. Look forward to hearing about WrestleMania. That's coming up this weekend. So tune in for WrestleMania and come back and tune into us breaking down WrestleMania. We'll figure out what happens with the John Cena turning heel, getting up against Cody Rhodes.
I'm going to try to contain my assignment and keep it within like a 30-minute segment next.
Yeah, whatever
You
feels
can fast
natural.
forward if you don't want to fucking listen.
Yeah, or listen on 2 times speed, whatever people preferences are. Who
change
gives?
the fucking station, bitch.
If you don't like it, find something else.
Yeah.
Anything
right.
else you're looking forward to this week before you get out of here? Sorry. I always like to know.
Just WrestleMania, man.
WrestleMania, looking forward to that. I'm playing at Bobby's Place in Valley Park on Friday night
Come see him.
with Craig Holtman and the Prairie Highway Boys. I'll be one of the Prairie Highway Boys.
If you want to go meet these pussy prowlers, dude.
No, this is a different group.
Oh.
Different group.
Oh, sorry. They also could be on the prowl for some.
Yeah, who knows about some of these groups. But Bobby's Place, Valley Park, Friday night. I'll see you.
Well, I look forward to hearing about that next week.
Yeah, and I think that's about it.
And